Now let's animate some of these photos to have what's called a Ken Burns effect. It's a pretty common thing. So I'm going to pick a photo, put my playhead in one of these, like this one here. The Ken Burns effect is you take a still photo and you either move it slightly or zoom in slightly, and it looks like it's moving, even though it's not. Okay, so let's take this photo. You can pick whatever one you want. This layer, this photo, if you type P for position and Shift S, so P for position gives you position, and Shift S adds the scale. Okay, so if you scrub these numbers, then you can see it's scaling bigger and smaller. So I'm going to start out by scaling it just a little bit bigger, than what I actually need. So something like that. So and then I'm going to shift it slightly, either up or down. It doesn't matter. So the first number is the X, the second number is the Y. So I'm going to shift it slightly like this. I don't want to see the orange in the background though. Okay, so it's going to start at that point. So I'm going to jump to the beginning of this photo, so which is I, with that layer selected. I'm going to turn on the stopwatches for position and scale. So just turn these both on. Then I'm going to jump to the end point, I, or O. So there's the O. And now I'm going to, I can't really see it because it's been faded out. So what happens is I'm going to select that layer and go Shift T, because now I want to see the opacity. So I'm going to zoom in a bit. So Command or just equal symbol. So I want to actually be able to see this. So I'm going to jump to this keyframe. To jump to that keyframe is J, to jump backwards to the left. So there it is. There's that skull. I'm gonna shrink my screen a little bit, so that's a comma. So there's my composition. So right now, the end of it looks exactly the same as the beginning. So I want to shift this slightly. So here's where I am going to scrub these numbers until I get what I want. So first of all, I'm going to shrink it down like this, not too much, and then I'm going to shift it up. Oh, undo. Shift it up. Okay, like that. So then if I scrub my playhead, you'll see that it slowly moves. And then it fades out for me. Right? That's called the Ken Burns effect. So I want you to do a Ken Burns effect, either start big and get small, or go small and get big. So I'll do that for the next example. So I'm going to pick another photo. Let's pick, say, minus sign. I'm zooming out a bit, trying to find a good photo here that I can. So let's take this guy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start him right on this little mark, and then I'm going to slowly reveal his entire face. So I'm going to take that photo, which is this one right here, and I'm going to zoom in my timeline, so equals, select that layer and type S for scale, and Shift P. If I type a P, then scale goes away and position shows up. But if I want to add one, you add the Shift key. So Shift S would add scale to position. I'm going to jump to the beginning of that, so it's I for the beginning. Turn on the stopwatches for both of these. And temporarily, I don't want to see this top layer right up here, because it's blocking what I'm seeing. So there's an eyeball for it. I can turn off the eyeball. Right? So that top layer is now hidden. Now I can see this dude. Alright, so I'm going to scale him up. I'm going to scale them up quite a lot until I see that little mark. And then I'm going to move it down. Scaling, 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 moving it down, shifting it over, really scaling in. So this is like totally extreme Ken Burns effect. Yeah. Shift it over. There it is. Something like that. So that's what it's going to look like in the beginning. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the end of this photo, which is the O for the out point. And luckily, I can just right-click on it, not with my text tool. I don't want my text tool. I can right-click on it and choose Transform, Fit to Comp Height. So boom, it does that. So now we go this extreme of, it looks like that. So that's going zoomed in to zooming out. The opposite of the other one. Yeah. Okay. So do that for a couple of more of them. Some sort of slow Ken Burns effect.